Social media and your self-esteem, what do they have in common? How do they affect each other? And what are the real effects on this based on actual studies done? In today's episode, we're going to be diving into the importance of not relying solely on social media for your success in your business and in your life. And the studies done behind this. I'm also going to share my own personal story and journey dealing with the addiction of social media, and also how I've been able to have a more fulfilling life based of my own self-worth outside of it. And I really love these studies because it was done by a university. It proves back to the point of something that I've been doing. And I really hope this episode helps you, because sometimes it's so easy. We see that business is growing. We see that business is busy. We see that, other makeup artists or hairstylists or other beauty professional doing amazing things. And we just get a glimpse. And I think we forget that. And I wanted to really share just my own journey and how my body has changed. And also like the whole really hard time I've had with showing up online. And also like this beautiful freeing face of I don't give a F anymore about anything in regards to what everybody else thinks of me or what society thinks is beautiful. And just really want to empower you today to take a different look and lens into social media and how it can benefit you, but also how it can harm you, and the importance of having boundaries. And with that, let's get started. So first I wanted to bring up, so there was this study done, and it was done by the University of Pennsylvania. Okay. And they did a different results. What would happen is you cut down your social media use to around 30 minutes per day. Okay. And the reduction of just using social media, no matter if it's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you like to hang out on social media, if you reduce your total usage to 30 minutes a day, it reduces the FOMO, or fear of missing out feeling, that people experience when you actually spend hours on social media. It can also limit, also this time limit will curb the issues associated with excessive social media use, such as loneliness, anxiety, depression, and sleep problems. And this was just an article on social media and mental health done by the University of Pennsylvania. So having said that, I know we need to post for our business, okay? Especially being in the beauty industry, I know we're a very visual industry. And as much as we need to post things, I know we can stop ourselves, because let's be real. When you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing that you do? Do you grab your phone? Do you check your emails? Do you go on social? What is the first thing that you do? I think it's such an important daily practice to really think about and be honest with ourselves. What's the first thing that I do, right? For me, I like to wake up. I like to see who's around me. If my baby's there, my kids are there, what's going on. And then I usually try to wake up, and then I'll usually go into my phone just to make sure that everybody's okay. Nobody has called me, no emergencies, because I turn off my notifications at night. That's something that I do for my own mental health and well-being. Unless it's an extreme emergency, which is like 5 people that get to go through my phone, I will not hear the phone ring. So that's just my own morning routine. So think about what your morning routine is like, right? Social media has done beautiful things. I've gone viral a couple of times on Instagram. I've gone viral on Pinterest. I've gone viral on TikTok. I talked about this recently in one of the episodes. And what I've learned through all of this virality and stuff is just a moment, okay? So it's just a moment. And if you know and you have your profile set up the right way, you can utilize that to your advantage. Or if you don't know, then it's just a moment that passes by. But an effect happens after this that nobody talks about. And you don't have to go viral. Maybe you did a post and organically got 1,000 likes, or got 100 likes, or it got over 1,000 views, over 5,000 views, right? So thinking about all this, after you have a post or something that does super well, there is this amount of pressure of what do I do next? And this episode was actually inspired by some of the amazing women that I work alongside and wanted to know how to set up the profile. So I did a training for them that I sent out to them this morning. And I was thinking about we're not alone. So we were looking at this account, and it was this makeup artist, and he has over 177,000 followers. and he was promoting his class, and it had only 22 likes. And I was sharing in this training how we think, oh my gosh, this person has over 100,000 followers, 177,000 followers, and he must get 1,000,000 likes or 1,000 likes. It had 22 likes, okay? And it was just such a beautiful example that this happens to everybody. So in social media, you're going to think that maybe the hair is not perfect. It happens to me. Or maybe there's that one strand that looks frizzy, or, the light was hitting it wrong. It happens to me all the time. That's why I hate taking pictures between 12 and 3. The lighting is always so horrible. It never really accentuates the true color of hair. So all this stuff is going to happen. Is the reality of it. So first, when you go on social media, remember, it's the reality. We are hairstylists, we're makeup artists, we are beauty professionals, and the lighting and things are going to be off sometimes, and it's okay. But are you stopping yourself from sharing your work because it's not perfect? So this week I did a post, and the color wasn't really showing properly, or how the hair looked, and I was about to post it, but I was like, F it, I'm just going to post it, and I'm overthinking it. So I posted it. It didn't do as well as the other ones, and I knew why, but I didn't care. I wanted to prove to myself that I'm worthy of sharing my work even when it doesn't feel right. So sometimes we think like, oh my gosh, like our work is not perfect, so I'm not going to share it, right? I want you to start thinking of a different relationship with social media and your self-esteem. You are worthy of all your blessings and abundance and clients and all the wealth and success in your life, even if it's not perfect or what everybody else is doing. When you are really true to what your art looks like and what it feels like to you, the more you're going to attract people towards you. Think about it. Think about how many makeup artists or beauty professionals that have a different take on beauty are doing super successful. Why? They are really going into what makes them special, into what makes them different from everybody else. And that's what we need to start thinking about social media, that it's not going to determine your self-esteem. You're not going to, just because you get 2 likes on a post does not mean that you suck. Or because you get no likes on a post does not mean that you suck either. Sometimes it's your algorithm, the time that you post, maybe it's the type of content people didn't resonate with, or maybe the lighting was off, and, or maybe the quality was low of it. So it's just the reality of things. And it's so important that we start disassociating our self-esteem with social media. So how can we start doing this, right? Like, there's probably days when, and you'll probably go through it. Like, we all go through this, okay? Where we're like, okay, like I posted, it sucks, or I'm posting, but now I'm overthinking it, or I have nothing to post. And I really want you to think, is that true? If you and I were sitting next to each other and we're going through your phone, is there pictures of your work on there? There probably is. And there's some and the tap on your favorites because you love that picture. And you probably haven't posted it because you're comparing yourself to others, and you're putting all the pressure of your self-esteem being based on how many likes and views something's going to get. So how can we stop doing that and start sharing your work so you can start growing your business? So number 1 is, when you post for selling something, it's going to get less likes. So just like I did that example of that makeup artist who has over 100,000 followers, 177,000 followers actually. That's a lot of followers, okay? And he only got 22 likes on that one post where he was advertising his class. It's okay. It's going to happen. So if nobody has told you that, anytime you have a promotion or something going on where you're selling something, it will get less likes and engagement than other posts. It's just the reality of it. So let's own it. You're still worthy. Don't base your self-esteem on that. We are a business and we do need to sell, so don't make it hard on you. Number 2, do you know how many posts I've done that get under 10 likes that have gotten me over 10 bookings? A lot. It happens very often to me. So please don't base your self-esteem on likes. Post those videos, post those pictures, post those carousels that actually bring clients into your business. Don't base it on self-esteem. If I only base my business on self-esteem, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. Not everybody likes my stuff. I've gotten trolls online. I've gotten low views on stuff. I get low likes on things. And then somehow people end up copying my things, or people end up liking in the background, or I see the save button being saved a couple times in certain things. It's just the reality of things, okay? So don't base your self-esteem and your business self-esteem based on how many followers you have, because it's not the reality. Number two, do you know how many businesses I know that have under 100 followers or under even 200 followers that are super successful? They're making multiple six figures, or they have the lifestyle and wealth and happiness and success under their own terms and are living a happy life. Yet social media does not reflect that, and it's okay. So how can we start limiting? Okay, Celeste, I get it. Social media is not good for me over 30 minutes. That study shared. So how do you do it? So this is how you do it. So I have timers on all my applications. I don't spend time on all my social media channels every day. And the reason why I don't do that is because I started noticing myself that I started getting feeling I wasn't worthy, that my stuff sucked, I didn't want to share, I wasn't showing up online as much because I kept comparing myself to all these pretty pictures. Even if you go on Pinterest, the quality of it's so pretty, so beautiful. There's some beautiful pictures and tutorials. There's women with beautiful little bodies and gorgeous hair, whatever. I am not 20 anymore. I am 38 years old. I have health problems. My body has changed. I don't look that way. Okay. And if all I do is imagine, if all you saw was a certain type of body and image and picture all the freaking time over 8 hours a day, you probably wouldn't feel adequate either. So what is something that you can know? And I'm being here honest and vulnerable with you because it's the reality of me, of being a woman. And maybe you feel the same. I know there's so many of us that feel that way. So what can we do to feel better about it, right? And it's limiting the exposure. So I have all my social media apps have 15-minute timers on them. So the max I can be on is 15 minutes. And I don't go on them all the time. I choose days. So you can use the iPhone calendar to choose Monday through Friday what apps you're going to spend time in, even if you're going to. And even in my phone, I have days where I spend 0 time on some of the apps. So I will not be on Instagram. I will not be on Facebook. I will not be on Pinterest. I just take different days to take the time off, or TikTok. So it's for my well-being, because I need to be at my highest self to be able to perform services with my clients and give them confidence and give them the best service possible. And if being on social media is going to hinder that, get off it. So put a timer and choose the days, what days you're going to be on social media, on what platform in your calendar. I use my iPhone and it's been super helpful. Number 2, remember, you don't see the whole picture. So sometimes we see even 20-second reels. I know right now, for video, 10 to 30 seconds is the best, thing. Some people like to do long form. I do long form lives as well. So we don't get the full picture, right? When we see these transformations that take 10 seconds, we don't see that maybe it took them 2 hours. I remember seeing somebody who the hair was really beautiful and everything. She's like, yeah, but it took hours of hours. And I was like, yeah, that looks beautiful. But the reality is probably a person is not going to sit 4 hours to get that hairstyle, or they're not going to sit 6 hours to get that hairstyle. It's surrealistic, right? And I just thought it was so beautiful because it shows us the reality that although we want something, maybe it's not reality, right? And it may take a longer time to achieve that look. So don't be comparing yourself even when you see other beauty artists or other beauty professionals, because your work is different than what they do. Number 3, we all specialize in different things. So your specialty may be different than mine. And so own it. Your feed is going to look different. You're a different person. You have a different type of business. So own it. Own it that you're going to look different, and it's okay. Many of the times, honestly, that I've gone viral thinking about it, I've done different things. I've done things that are opposite what everybody else is doing, but it just felt good at the time. So use social media rather than this place where all your self-esteem lives at as a platform to play. Try different videos, try different pictures, try different lighting, see what works and what doesn't and what you like. And, sometimes posts won't do well. I leave them up. I don't care. Unless it's a service that I'm no longer, servicing, I will take it down. I'll archive it. I never delete them. But posts are not always going to do well, and it's okay. Remember, you have your own specialty, so own it. Number 4, don't be the best kept secret in town. You have to put yourself out there. Nobody's going to do it for you. If you keep yourself from posting and sharing your work, nobody's going to know what you're capable of, so share it. You may not be good for sharing, but you may be the perfect fit for, Jamie. So I'm just giving you that example because it's true. Your business has to repel and attract. And the best way to do that is to share your work. There's people out there that are seeking you, that want that solution, that want that service from you. Put it out there. I've been doing this since 2013. I started with Instagram, and I was really slow. I doubted myself so much. 2016, I got a little more adventurous with it, but I still always doubted myself. And now, as I'm in 2024, I can tell you that we get stronger the more that we do something, right? The first day that you did a curl your hair, it's probably not the same way that it looks now 10 years in, right? So remember, it's all about repetition and practice, and nobody gets it perfect. The people are constantly changing and evolving. So don't compare yourself and your business to others, because you are in your own journey, and what success and happiness and beauty means to you is probably totally opposite than what it means to me. And that's okay. We are different. We have different views on beauty, different standards, and that is what makes this world beautiful. And there is room for you, but really put your mental health first. As a person who suffers from anxiety and has chosen not to go through the medication route, it takes a lot of practice, and I'm not here to shame anybody. If you need medication, you need help, please seek out help. I've talked before. I've worked with therapists before for other reasons that had nothing to do with business. It just has to do with other personal things that have happened in my life. So, like having my self-esteem and knowing that I'm an anxious person, rather than judging myself because I'm not quote unquote normal like everybody else, I know I need to put limits on how people have access to me. And some people may think I'm a bitch for that. Or, I have to put limits on how much social media I can consume, because it's not healthy, right? We each have our own limits and limitations. And I think it's so important that we recognize that. And rather than having stigma like I'm an anxious person, no, I just get certain feelings, and I need to protect my mental well-being and health. So I'm going to put limits. I don't share when I go to the gym. I don't care that I'm no longer a size, I've gone down to a size 6'4", but that shit ain't the reality no more. Okay. So let's more like a size 10 now. And I'm embracing it and owning it. And I'm just here to tell you that because I think it's so important that we realize that our life is going to change, and our needs are going to change, and our boundaries are going to have to be higher and different as our life continues to evolve in business, and that you can still have a successful business even when you struggle with your self-esteem. There are days, I feel like we get so much pressure that we have to be like 100% happy, and it's BS. Like nobody's 100% happy. For me, most of the time I feel like I'm like 65-70% happy, and there are days where I'm only like 30, and it's a reality. Some days I'm just 30. Some days I'm like, 35. So it just varies, and it's okay. Like we're going to have bad days. We're going to have sad days. There's going to be times in our life where we're super slim, beautiful. And there's times where our body looks different, and we're embracing the curves, and we're embracing the changes, and we're embracing that we're at a different stage in our life. But don't think, because I am getting older, right? So I started this industry when I was 30. I'm 38. I have wrinkles. I have sunspots. Like things have changed so much dramatically. And I think this past year has been such a big change for me of my self-esteem. Like even on social, like, oh yeah, you can be, you can change your body to go back to be slim again, or you need to look a certain look, or you have to, you can look this way even at 38. Like so much pressure on being young, and so much pressure on being a certain size. And self-esteem, I think it comes from within. I cannot put my self-esteem based on the likes of social media, on the publications, on what brands I work with, on the clients I have. Our self-esteem really comes from within us. And when you are comfortable in your own body, doesn't mean that you are the sexiest thing on earth, but I am comfortable. I know I have so much beauty and knowledge from inside that glows outwards, and I have so much to give in this life that is outside of social media. The more that goes into what you share, the more that people can be attracted to that light of yours. So please limit your intake on social media. I want to talk a little bit about my addiction, and we're going to end this. So I was very addicted. I would spend probably 12 to 18 hours a day on social. It was really bad. And my mental health was horrible. I was smaller at that time because I felt so much pressure, like I had to look a certain size. And I wasn't as healthy. I wasn't as healthy emotionally, mentally, physically. And I'm sharing that with you because that was my journey. And that's how I started using the timer on my phone, because I was like, this is not healthy. And why am I showing my girls? Why am I showing my kids, right? So that's how my whole lifestyle changed. And I remember for the longest time, people would judge me, like even people close to me, like, oh my gosh, you're getting so much bigger, or you look different, like you take care of yourself. And now that I work out, I don't post it on social media because I don't want people to know. Number 2, that's for my own self-esteem. And number 3, just because social media doesn't see it doesn't mean it's not happening, right? And just because my body is not changing like I want it to does not mean that it's less worthy of me having self-esteem for myself and love for myself. So remember, don't base your, please, from somebody who's been published and all that stuff. That's a high that happens that you'll be probably like super happy about it for a day, and then it goes away. So don't base all of your success and worth and your business goals and your just solely on social media, solely on what you can show, solely on what you own, solely like everything has to come from that. Because if tomorrow Instagram is gone or your favorite platform is gone and disappears, that's going to impact your worth. If you put all your worth in your work, and when that's gone, like for example, for me, health-wise, I've had to pivot so much because my hand health, like I have lingering COVID symptoms, like that shit's real. Like that's something I'm going through. If I put all my worth on that, it's been so much work. It's been years in the making to get me into a healthy space where I can be like, if I have to leave this, I'm going to leave it because my health comes first. I don't want you to go through that. And we are here in this together, and I want you to thrive. And I hope that today you got a big takeaway from this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you back here next time. And excuse my little sick voice today because your girl's a little sick, but I wanted to put out this episode today because my voice finally came back. With that, have a beautiful week, and I'll see you back next week. Bye, love.